If you're in a new country and you're feeling like you're losing yourself a little, my dear, you are not alone because I was once you. And I want to share some of the things I wish someone had told me. You know, these aren't just lessons, they are life experiences. So, yeah, sit with me for a moment. Let's talk heart to heart. My name is Queen Esther, and if this is your first time on my page, please don't forget to like, share, and click on the subscribe button. So, yeah, recently I shared a short video about the things I wish I knew before moving to Canada. And to my surprise, a few persons reached out asking me to elaborate on the points I made. Some said, Esther, please can you break it down more? Others were like, Queen, help us understand it better with examples from your journey. And so here I am being even more open. You know, I'm doing this not from a perfect place, but from a growing one, a healed one. I want to be the voice I wish I had when I was drowning in silence. So yeah, in the video I made, um, my first point was it's okay to feel lost. That you are not broken, you are adjusting. You see, one of the biggest shock for me then when I arrived was how even the smallest things became difficult. Yes, things I'm used to doing effortlessly suddenly became confusing. Then I didn't know how to use the bus. I didn't know how to use the bus app. I missed buses several times. In fact, took the wrong ones and even got up at the wrong stop. Let's not even talk about the emotional roller coaster of writing emails to professors. That was another one. It was a big deal, trust me. I mean, I knew how to write an email, don't get me wrong, but the overthinking, like, does this sound rude? Is it too formal? Is it too casual? I kept wondering if I was saying the right things, in the wrong way, or I was just overthinking everything. So it was a big deal for me then. It made me feel like I didn't even know myself anymore. It's a real life example. There was a day I went to the store, just to buy noodles, like ordinary Indomie. That day I got to the store, I stood there overwhelmed. The store is big, like all the stores here are literally big. So yeah, they're big. So I stood there overwhelmed. Back in Nigeria, that would have taken me like 2 minutes max. Yeah, but that day I froze. I wanted to cry. Like that simple moment reminded me that being in a new place requires emotional strength too. Honestly, okay, here, let me paint a picture for you. Let's imagine a healthy flower being moved to a new soil. It doesn't die, but it might drop a while. And it's not because it's weak, or it's because it's adapting to a new environment. So yeah, that's how we are too. See, new weather, new language. Let's not talk about the accent. New cultures, new everything. And let me tell you, you are not failing, you are transitioning. You're not what? Failing, you are just transitioning. And transitioning takes time. Yes, it takes time. So here, this is what I will say. Please don't expect yourself to be 100% in unfamiliar territory. Do not expect yourself. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are adjusting. And adjusting sometimes takes courage. Please give yourself grace. Okay? Adjusting takes courage. So give yourself grace. Number two, I said don't isolate. Yeah, even when it feels easier, don't isolate. Let's talk about this one because I felt it too and it hit deep. I'm an ambivert. Sometimes I love being around people. Other times I just want my space, like I just want to be alone. So, but when I moved here, I spent too much time indoors. It was not because I was resting, I was just slowly disappearing. I didn't feel like myself anymore. Then I had a housemate, she was my first real friend I made here. She would invite me for movie nights, little outings, hangouts. I would say yes, but cancel at last minute. Not once, not twice, not thrice, like many times. She'll be upset sometimes, but she will still understand. Like she'll still like give me grace. So one day I looked at her and saw how much she had tried. like how much she kept showing up for me even when I was withdrawing. And I realized something. I realized I was protecting myself from connection. And at the same time, I was starving myself of love. So guess what I did? I made a change. Slowly I opened up again. And I did not regret it till today. Like I did not, I don't regret. And I don't regret it. You see that friend, we are still close to today. Yes, we are. And she helped me find a version of myself I thought I lost in that noise. Yeah. She helped me find a version of myself I thought I lost in the noise. So that's the thing. You don't need a crowd. Honestly, you don't need a crowd. You just need just one person or two persons who sees you, who brings you joy, who makes space for your voice. Depression doesn't always look like tears. Sometimes it's a constant tiredness, not replying to messages, sleeping too much, or not even eating enough. Sometimes you are eating to feel something or not even eating at all. Losing interest in what once made you happy. Yeah, depression can be like that. So this is what I will say. I've been there. I know what it feels like. I have been there. So yeah, it's what I'm gonna say today. Say yes to small things, please. Like ladies hangout, ladies picnic, church events, a group chat, or even a walk with a friend. Sometimes replying to one message can create space for connection. Oh yes. Sometimes replying to what just that one message can create space for connection. You don't need a circle, you just need a community, a healthy one. A healthy one. You don't need a crowd, please. The third point I made in my video was be flexible with your dreams. Yeah, please be flexible with your dreams. Let God redirect, let God lead you. This one is actually personal. When I came here, I had plans. Like I had everything mapped out. I go to school, save, do ministry, settle, and build. But you see, life didn't follow my timetable. Life did not follow my timetable, and I was so discouraged. I even cried sometimes, wondering if I made a big mistake. But over time, I realized God's detours are sometimes the real destination. You heard me very well. God's detours are sometimes the real destination. Yeah. Some dreams had to pause, like some shifted, some died. But guess what? There was something that grew in that place. It was maturity, self awareness, and purpose. Maybe you can relate. You came to Canada planning to be a nurse, but now you're drawn to something else. Or maybe you studied accounting in Nigeria and now you're working in the tech field. Or maybe the dream you thought would have, you would have fulfilled doesn't anymore. And it's okay. It is okay. Dreams can evolve. And it doesn't mean you are failing. No, it does not mean you are failing. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you grew. Okay, don't have it at the back of your mind. It does not mean you failed. It means you grew. Here's a personal moment for me. I remember being so ashamed that something I wanted so badly wasn't working. But in hindsight, I see God was redirecting me, not rejecting me. Honestly, I see Him redirecting me, not rejecting me. And this is what I'm going to say to you. Please hold on to your dreams loosely. Like, just let God surprise you. Hold on to your dreams. Not like sometimes you can hold it firmly, but just sometimes just hold it on loosely. Let God redirect you. Let God surprise you. You are more than your career, let me tell you. You are more than, in fact, you're more than your degree. You are becoming a soul. So trust the process. Okay. So here is a bonus tip for you. You need spiritual anchors. You need what? Spiritual anchors. Let's be real. This journey isn't just physical, it is deeply spiritual. Like the loneliness, the confusion, the emotional crashes. Honestly, they are not just from the weather or culture shock, they are spiritual battles too. Yes, they are. There were days I couldn't even pray. I would just start crying instead. But somehow I held on, I joined the choir, I played worship music, I journaled, I fasted, I listened to sermons. Slowly my spirit came back to life. Yep, slowly my spirit came back to life. And because when your emotions are tired, it's your spirit that carries you. Honestly, when your emotions are tired, it's your spirit that carries you. So here is what I'm going to say to this. Find a faith community. pray. Please pray. Learn how to pray. Even if it's just to say, Jesus, help me, God, help me, just pray. Read one scripture a day. Keep watching song on in your space. Do whatever it takes to stay anchored. You will know the spiritual fuel one day more than ever. Honestly, you will. If you have actually told me, I said this in my last video, if you had told me a few years ago that I'll be here sharing my story, encouraging others, speaking boldly, honestly, I would have laughed. I'm telling you, I would have laughed because I was once the girl crying alone in silence, wondering if I'd made the worst mistake of my life, but now I understand better. I wasn't lost, I was refined. I wasn't abandoned, I was being redirected. I wasn't broken, I was becoming. So, yeah, everything I've shared with you is not from a place of having it all. Oh, no. Everything from the beginning to the end that I've shared with you is not from a place of what having it all together. It's from a place of empathy, of healing, and of hope. And this is not about pretending to be strong. Mm-mm. It's about reminding someone out there that you're not alone. You are not behind. You are not strange. You are what? Becoming. Okay, if this video touched you, please give it a thumbs up, share, like, and leave a comment. You can also share your experience too. Thank you.